April 15, 1912, a date etched in history. The Titanic, the so-called unsinkable ship, sank on its very first voyage, taking over 1,500 lives with it. You've seen the movie, you've heard the legends, but do you really know the full story? Today, we're diving deep into 10 surprising facts about the Titanic that most people have never heard before. Stick around, because number 7 will seriously blow your mind. And before we get started, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more amazing history videos like this one. The Ship of Dreams. When the Titanic was built, it wasn't just a ship, it was a floating palace. It had swimming pools, luxury dining halls, even a squash court. At 882 feet long, it was the largest moving object in the world at that time. The builders claimed it was practically unsinkable. In fact, a popular magazine even wrote, "Even God himself could not sink this ship." That confidence didn't age well, did it? Fact number 1. It wasn't the first accident. Did you know the Titanic wasn't the first ship in its class? It was actually the second of 3 sister ships, the Olympic and the Britannic being the others. And get this, the Britannic sank during World War I. So much for the unsinkable design, right? Fact number 2. The lifeboat controversy. Here's one that still shocks people. The Titanic didn't have enough lifeboats. It carried only 20 lifeboats, enough for about 1,200 people, even though there were over 2,200 passengers and crew on board. Why? Because back then, lifeboat regulations were based on ship weight, not passenger capacity. Titanic technically met the law, but barely met common sense. Fact number 3. The ice warnings ignored. The night the Titanic hit the iceberg, the crew received 6 warnings about icebergs. 6. And yet, the ship kept moving at full speed, 22 knots. Why? Because the captain wanted to make the fastest crossing possible. That decision cost over 1,500 lives. Fact number 4. The music played till the end. One of the most iconic Titanic stories is about the band that kept playing while the ship sank. And it's true. Eyewitnesses confirmed that Wallace Hartley and his 8 musicians played music to calm passengers, even as the deck tilted. The last song they played? Most believe it was "Nearer, My God, to Thee." Fact number 5. There was a book that predicted it. Here's something straight out of a mystery novel, literally. In 1898, 14 years before the Titanic sank, an author named Morgan Robertson wrote a book called Futility. The story? A giant luxury ship called the Titan hits an iceberg in the North Atlantic and sinks. Almost the same size, almost the same passenger count. Coincidence? Or something else? Fact number 6. There were heroes on board. While there were many tragic stories that night, there were also incredible acts of heroism. The ship's wireless operators, Jack Phillips and Harold Bride, kept sending SOS signals until the very end, saving hundreds of lives. And then there's the story of the engineers who stayed in the boiler rooms, keeping the lights on so others could escape. True bravery. Fact number 7. A fire was burning inside the ship. Most people think the iceberg was the only reason Titanic sank. But here's a chilling fact. A massive coal fire was burning inside the ship before it even left port. Some experts believe this fire weakened the steel hull, making it more vulnerable to the iceberg impact. Imagine that disaster waiting to happen. Fact number 8. The rich got priority. Sadly, class privilege played a big role in survival. First-class passengers had better access to lifeboats, while many in third class were locked behind gates. Of the 2,200 people on board, only about 700 survived, and most were first-class passengers. Fact number 9. The aftermath. After the sinking, major changes were made to maritime law. Ships now had to carry enough lifeboats for every single passenger. Also, ice patrols were created to monitor the North Atlantic. It's a shame that such a tragedy was needed for common sense rules. Fact number 10. The ship is still there. The Titanic wreck was discovered in 1985, lying over 12,000 feet deep in the Atlantic. And here's something haunting. It's still there today, slowly being eaten away by bacteria. In about 20 to 30 years, it might completely disappear. Call to action. So, which Titanic fact surprised you the most? Was it the mysterious book, the ignored warnings, or the coal fire theory? Let me know in the comments. I love reading your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who loves history. Because trust me, we've got more unbelievable history stories coming soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.